Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Sheets webinar. I'm Jay Shangri, the product marketer for Zoho Sheet, and I'll be the host for this session. So in this webinar, we'll be looking at the various print setting options that are provided by Zoho Sheet and how you can use these options to customize your spreadsheet's print view to make your spreadsheet data equally understandable on paper too. So let's get started. So this is the agenda for this session. So we'll look into an introduction about printing spreadsheets and then the various options that are provided in Zoho Sheet for customizing the print view. And finally, we'll look into a demonstration where I'll be showing you how you can customize your spreadsheet data using the various options in Zoho Sheet. When it comes to spreadsheet data, the data may occupy several columns or several rows, and the spreadsheet may also contain some objects such as charts or buttons, and all these elements in the spreadsheet make the data more understandable. So it is important that we bring all these elements in the spreadsheet on paper to make it more understandable and easy to read. The print option is also available on Zoho Sheets mobile application, so you can print your spreadsheet data from your smartphones too. Apart from the basic print options such as the paper size, orientation, etc., Zoho Sheet also provides you with some advanced print options such as the option to add a customized header or footer, the option to retain the rows or columns in your spreadsheet. You can also choose the order in which, that is the direction in which you want the printing to happen. You can also choose to either retain or remove the objects meaning charts, buttons, etc. in your spreadsheet while taking the printout. So now we'll jump into the demonstration and I'll be showing you how we can customize a spreadsheet using the various print setting options that are provided by Zoho Sheet. So this is the sample spreadsheet I'll be using for this demonstration. So as you can see, I have two different worksheets with different examples using which we can see how we can customize the spreadsheet's print view to make it more readable and understandable on paper. So here in the first worksheet, you can see I have a sample invoice. Here you can see that I have the organization's logo as an image inserted here and followed by the various details for the invoice. And then we have the list of products along with the quantity and the price. And finally, we have the total amount, the tax, etc. So now let's see how we can make this invoice more contextual and understandable while taking a printout. To access the print settings in Zoho Sheet, you can either use the print option here in the toolbar, or you can go to File and click on Print. So once you click on Print, that will open up the print settings page for you, where you can see the print preview on the left, and you can see there's a side panel on the right that displays all the contextual options using which you can customize your print view. So now on the right, you can see that the first option is print area. So Zoho Sheet provides you with two different options that you can select from. You can either choose to take a printout of the current worksheet as a whole, or you can also choose to take a printout of a specific selected range. So here I do not want to take a printout of a specific range, so I'll just go with the current sheet option. And below that you can see an option called paper size. So apart from the various predefined paper sizes, you can also choose the custom option where you can give the customized width and height values too. Here I'm just going to go with the A4 size here. So as I make the changes, you can see that on the left, the print preview gets updated in real time. So this makes it easier for you to notice the changes and customize accordingly. So after paper size, you can see another option called orientation. So this option, that is orientation, decides how you want the data to be printed on the paper. By default, you can see that the orientation is set as portrait. So this is how the data will be on portrait. So you can see that the white background behind the data indicates the paper. So you can see that the paper is held vertically here in the preview. So this is how it will be in the portrait view. So now let's just choose landscape to see how it changes. So once I click on landscape, you can see that the paper is now held horizontally. So you can see that the data moves to the second page because there are many rows that exceed the first page. You can choose the landscape orientation when you have many columns of data compared to rows. So in that case, you can go for the landscape orientation. So here, since I have many rows compared to the columns, I'm going with the portrait orientation. So followed by the orientation, you can see there's an option called scale. So this scaling option can be used when you have a few rows or columns of data exceeding the page. So now, since in this data that we have, that is the invoice data, we do not have any data that exceeds the page, we look at the scaling option using the other example that I'll be showing next. So now we'll just move on to the next option, that is margins. So while taking a printout, it is important that the data is neatly aligned on the paper based on the paper's size. So this option, margins, will help you place a certain amount of space or padding from the edges of the paper. So here you can see that there are 4 different values you can set. That is the margins on top, bottom, left and right. So by default the values are given as 0.5 inches, but you can also change the values if you want. So here I'm just going to change the value from 0.5 to 0.7, and you can notice that as I changed the margin on top, the print preview changed accordingly, showing me how the data will get aligned when I change the margin. So now moving to the next option, you can see an option called Align Center. So as I mentioned earlier, while taking a printout, it is important that we have the data neatly aligned. So as you can see on the left, the data is currently left aligned, and you can see there's a lot of space on the right side compared to the left. So this print preview is not looking neat for me, and I want the data to be aligned center. So for that I can use this option, that is Align Center. Either you can align your data horizontally or vertically too. So now I'm just going to align this data horizontally here, because you can see that vertically I have the data almost covering the whole page, so that is not a problem. So now I'm just going to align it horizontally, and on the left you can see that the data has been horizontally aligned. If you have any empty columns before the data, that will also be included when you choose the current sheet option. So now that we have seen how we can customize the spreadsheet data to look more legible on paper, we'll move on to options where we can provide additional information or detail about the data that is present to make it more easy to understand. So here below the Align Center option, you can see there are 2 options called header and footer. So you can choose to add a header or a footer or even both. So here for my example, I'm just going to add a header. So once I click on header, on the left you can see that above the data there are 3 different fields that are being displayed for me where I can place my header. So the header can be left aligned, center or even right aligned. So once I click on a field where I want to place my header, that will display a drop down for me with predefined values that I can give as a header. So now you can see that the drop down has the workbook name, the worksheet name that you are currently printing, the current date, the current time, that is the time at which you are printing the particular data, the page number, that is if you have several pages of data that you are taking a printout of, this value can be really useful. And finally we have the total pages value. So apart from these predefined values, you can also give a customized value in the header or footer too. So here I'm just going to give a combination of both the customized value as well as the predefined value. So for that I'm just going to type in printed on. So now I've typed in a custom value saying printed on, and now I'm going to choose a predefined value, that is date. So I'll just click on date. So now that will give me a header saying printed on 28 May. So this means that this particular invoice was printed on 28 May. So this date will change based on when you are actually printing the data. So this way you can also add a footer if you want, or give other values to the data that you're currently printing. So next up we have another option called page order. So this option, that is page order, can be used when you have several rows and columns of data. So right now in this example we have only a few rows and columns of data for invoice. So I'll show you how that page order option can be used in the next example. So now we'll move on to the next option. You can see that there's an option where you can choose to retain the frozen rows and columns in your worksheet that you're currently printing. So here these 2 options are currently inactive for me because I do not have any frozen rows or columns in this particular worksheet. So we'll see how that can be used in the next example. So now moving on, you can see there are options using which you can also choose to display the grid lines, charts, images and buttons in your spreadsheet data. So you can either choose to have those grid lines or objects in your data while taking a printout, or you can even choose not to have them. So here in this invoice you can see that the organization's logo has been inserted as an image. So we'll just see how the preview changes when we unselect the option called images from this print preview. So here you can see that I've unchecked the images option here, and on the left in the print preview you can see that the logo is no more visible. So I'll just check it back. So this way you get to pick the elements in your spreadsheet that you want on the paper and those that you do not want. Another advantage of the print settings in Zoho Sheet is that all the customization that we had done right now will be retained when you go back to the editor and again come back to the print settings. That is, you do not have to repeat the customization for print settings while you go back to the editor and come back to the print settings. So now we have seen how we can customize an invoice data for print. So based on these options, you can customize your data based on your personalized use cases. After you're done with the customization, you can just click on print here at the top right corner or the print option here in the left top corner, and that will take you to the printer settings. So now we'll go back to the editor. So now that we've seen how we can customize this invoice data for print, let's look at another example. So in this data, you can see that I have several rows and columns of data along with a chart. So this is a daily sales report, and you can see that I have the order ID, date, sales rep, region, the item or product that is sold, the units sold, the unit price of the products, and also the total sales that happened. So here you can notice that I have several rows of data here, unlike the invoice data that we saw previously. So now let's see how we can customize this particular data for print. So you can notice here that the customization that we had done previously for the invoice data has been retained when I open the print settings from another worksheet, and that is in the same spreadsheet. So this customization will be retained, so I need not keep repeating the customization for print settings every single time. So you can notice that the second page contains 2 columns and the chart is being cut and shown in the third page. This is because the data in my current sheet or worksheet exceeds the page size. So if you wish to fit your data in a single page, or let's say you do not want the columns to get cut, you can use the option called scale here. Zoho Sheet provides you with 3 different scaling options. So the first option here is fit to width. So as the name implies, this will make sure to fit your data based on the width of the paper. So here I'm just going to click this option. So on the left you can see that the preview shows the data including the chart that has been scaled in such a way that it fits the current paper size. As you can notice, this option only fits based on the width and does not consider the rows in the calculation. As you can notice, the data is not really readable here in this particular scaling option. So we'll see how the other options work. So the second option is to fit to height. So as the name implies, this option fits the data based on the height or the number of rows present. So let me just click on that. So on the left you can see that the size of the data has been adjusted in such a way that all the rows in that particular data are made to fit in a single page. So there were about 1,000 rows in that particular worksheet. So you can see that the data has been aligned in such a way that all the rows in that particular data fits in one page. And you can see that this particular data is actually not readable at all. And here on top you can also see that the chart has been adjusted based on the data size too. But as you can see, this particular scaling is not legible at all. So we'll move on to the next option, that is fit to page. So what fit to page option does is that it tries to fit the whole data, that is the columns and the rows present in the data, into one single page. So I'll just click on fit to page. As you can see, the fit to page option seems similar to the fit to height option for this particular data because I have more rows compared to the columns. As you can notice, this scaling is also not fit for this particular data. So you can either choose to go for a custom scaling. So in this custom scaling, you can mention the percentage of scaling that you want for the data. So you can notice as I increase the percentage of scaling, the preview on the left changes. So I have set 40% for scaling. So this looks similar to what we saw in the fit to width option, but this too is not very clear and the data is not clearly readable. So you can either choose to increase the percentage of scaling or you can go with the default scaling. So right now I'm just going to go with the default scaling here. So now we are back to the default scaling that we had, and you can notice the columns spilling over to the next page. So now that I have the data here, you can notice that we have the header that we had set previously for the invoice being displayed here. So I'm just going to remove this header and add another header in the center here for this particular data. So I'm just going to go with the worksheet name. So the worksheet name that I have is sales report. So you can choose the header or footer that you prefer based on your data and use case. So here, now that we have customized the header for this particular data, we move on to the next option, that is page order. So as I mentioned previously, this particular option, that is page order, can be used when you have several rows and columns of data in your worksheet. So in this particular example, we have columns and rows of data spilling to the next pages in this particular print preview. So there are two options that are given based on which you can choose the page order. So the first option that is chosen by default is over and then down. That is, the columns on the right will be printed first, followed by the rows that fall to the bottom. So in this print preview on the left, you can see that the columns on the right of the data in the first page are given the first priority, and then that is followed by the next set of rows in that particular data. But in case you do not want this type of order to continue, so let's say you want to change the order of printing in such a way that we want these 6 columns of data to be printed out first for all the rows in that particular worksheet, followed by the other additional columns. For that, you can choose this option called down then over. So once this option is chosen, now you can see on the left that the rows are being listed first and given priority. These 6 columns of data for all the 1000 rows are given priority first. So after printing out the 1000 rows of data, the printing will move on to the next set of columns that are present in the data. Print setting options are totally based on the type of data you have and the use case that you are printing for. So based on these two factors, you can choose and customize the options. So now we'll just move on to the next option here. So here at the bottom, you can see that the option to repeat or retain the frozen rows in the worksheet has been checked by default. This is because I had a frozen row in my worksheet. That is, the first row in my worksheet was a frozen row, and that first row in my worksheet is actually the header for my data table here. So now I'm just going to uncheck this particular option to show you the difference. So here that I've unchecked the repeat frozen rows option, on the left in the print preview, you can notice that on the first page we have the header row here in blue, and when I scroll down to the next page, you can notice that the header row is not being displayed here, and only the next set of rows with data are being displayed in the next set of pages. But as you can notice, without the header, the data on the next set of pages are not very clear. So I'm not able to exactly know at a glance as to what these values represent. So for this, I'll just check this option again. So now that I've chosen to retain the frozen row in my worksheet, when I scroll down to the next page in the print preview, you can see that the frozen row has been retained in all the pages that are present in this particular print. So this makes it easier for me to know what each value in this column represents at a glance. And followed by that, as we saw previously, there are options for you to pick the elements that you want to be present in your printout and those that you do not want in your printout. So if you want, you can also include chart or exclude them from your printout. So now that we're done with the customization for this particular data, you can just go ahead with the print. So based on your use case, you can customize your data using these various options that are provided by Zoho Sheet and make your spreadsheet data understandable and comprehensible on paper too. So now we'll just move back to the editor. So now that we have seen how we can use the various print setting options provided by Zoho Sheet to customize the spreadsheet data, let's have a look at one more additional information with respect to printing. Zoho Sheet provides you with a predefined function called clean that lets you remove the non-printable characters from your spreadsheet. When you have spreadsheet data that is being imported from various sources, it is important that you clean your data before you go with the print. And this function helps you get rid of all the non-printable characters that you have in your data. So I'm just going to show you an example of how we can use that function here. So here I'm just going to enter a data or value that contains a non-printable character. So let's say Ming followed by a non-printable character. So I'm using the character function here to include that non-printable character here, and then Yin. So here you can notice there is a long space between the two terms, that is Ming and Yin. So that space indicates the non-printable character that I've included in that particular value. So now if you have such a character in your spreadsheet data, you can get rid of that particular character using the clean function. So for that, you can simply enter the function name and then choose the cell containing that particular value that you want to clean and click enter. So that will give you the result without the non-printable character in the value. So another advantage of using the clean function is that you can also use this function to get rid of line breaks in your value. For example, let's say I'm going to introduce a line break here in this particular cell. So you can see that I've introduced a line break after Ming. So once I click enter, you can see in the cell below that the formula cell has evaluated automatically and it is giving me the result without the line break. So in such a manner, you can get rid of the non-printable characters and line breaks in your data using this clean function. So this is all about the print settings and customization in Zoho Sheet. So do try out the various print options provided by Zoho Sheet and let us know how helpful they were. If you have any questions, feedback, or if you need any help regarding any feature in Zoho Sheet, you can drop us an email at support@zohosheet.com anytime and we'll be here happy to help you out. You can also watch our previous webinar videos talking about the various other features in Zoho Sheet using the link in the description. And if you have any feedback about this webinar video, do drop them as comments below. Thank you for watching this webinar. See you in the next session. Thank you.